Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the news from SABA satellite channel from Marib. Here are tonight's top stories. Foreign Minister rallies missions and secures international support. Yemen joins Arab League summit to tackle global Islamophobia. Hadramaut security uncovers terrorist assassination cell linked to Houthi militia. Welcome back and to details. Member of the Presidential Leadership Council and Governor of Hadramaut, Salim Al-Khanbashi, is emphasizing the critical role of civil society organizations as essential partners to local authority. Meeting today in Mukalla with the leadership of the SABA Foundation for Development, Al-Khanbashi reviewed key humanitarian and developmental interventions targeting the Dawan district. The briefing highlighted vital community projects spanning the education, healthcare, and agricultural sectors. The governor praised the foundation's ongoing efforts to stabilize essential services amidst national challenges. He reaffirmed the local authorities' strategic focus on Dawan, noting its significant economic and agricultural value to the broader Hadramaut region. Yemen is cementing its strategic alliance with the Gulf Cooperation Council to counter escalating regional threats. Today, Foreign Minister Dr. Afrah Al-Zuba held high-level talks with GCC Secretary General Jassim Al-Budaiwi. The minister conveyed deep appreciation on behalf of the President of the Presidential Leadership Council for the GCC's historic support for Yemen's sovereignty and constitutional legitimacy. Discussions focused heavily on the direct and proxy threats posed by Iran-backed Houthi militias to maritime navigation in the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden. Al-Zuba firmly rejected the use of Yemeni territory as a staging ground to threaten neighboring states. In response, the Secretary General reaffirmed the GCC's unwavering political support for the Yemeni government and pledged continued humanitarian and relief assistance to alleviate the ongoing crisis. Yemen is intensifying its diplomatic outreach to secure critical international support amid escalating regional crises. Foreign Minister Dr. Afrah Al-Zuba held pivotal back-to-back meetings with the ambassadors of Germany and Japan to solidify bilateral cooperation. Discussions with both ambassadors focused heavily on the Iranian-backed Houthi militias, continued military escalation in the Red Sea, framing the attacks as severe ongoing threat to global shipping and economic stability. During talks, Minister Al-Zuba also officially extended Yemen's heartfelt condolences to Tokyo over the recent Kumamoto earthquake. In response, both Berlin and Tokyo reaffirmed their unwavering commitment to Yemen. The ambassadors pledged to expand vital humanitarian, economic, and developmental assistance, special targeting food security, healthcare, and institutional rebuilding to bolster Yemen's recovery efforts and promote long-term regional stability. A major initiative to modernize Yemen's healthcare administration today, Minister of Public Health and Population, Dr. Qasim Buhaibeh held an expanded meeting to launch a new institution capacity building project funded by the World Bank. The initiative aims to comprehensively assess current administrative capabilities, identify critical needs, and execute a strategic development plan to elevate the quality of health services nationwide. During the summit with key sector leaders, the minister emphasized that the project must go beyond traditional training programs. He directed a complete institutional overhaul focused on enhancing leadership skills, re-engineering workflows, and strictly aligning with the national health strategy. Dr. Buhaibeh stressed that building a resilient healthcare system requires precise planning, transparent governance, and sustainable reforms to successfully meet Yemen's ongoing public health challenges. Yemen is actively participating in the second international conference on combating discrimination against Islam and Muslims, hosted today at the Arab League headquarters. Led by Charge Day Affairs Abdul Malik Dahan, the Yemeni delegation joined regional and international experts to address the alarming global rise in Islamophobia and hate speech. This year's summit focuses strategically on the positive role of Muslim communities in the West, emphasizing their vital contributions to promoting interfaith dialogue and peaceful coexistence. Participants concluded that confronting anti-Muslim discrimination requires systemic global changes. They are urgently calling for targeted educational and media policies that actively dismantle hate speech and foster cultural tolerance. The summit strongly reaffirmed that core Islamic values are intrinsically rooted in peace, moderation, and absolute respect for human dignity. A major breakthrough, the investigation into the assassination of journalist Muhammad Aida, has shed new light on the operations of terrorist assassination cells in Yemen. Authorities in Hadramaut say preliminary findings linked to the suspects to the Houthi terrorist militia, highlighting ongoing security efforts to dismantle covert networks accused of targeting journalists, civilians, and military personnel. Our report has more.
In a significant security development, the Security Committee in Hadramaut Governorate has announced the preliminary findings of its investigation into the assassination of Al Arabiya and Al Hadath correspondent, journalist Muhammad Aida. The committee confirmed the arrest of several members of the cell responsible for the attack, stating that the investigation indicates the group's links to the Houthi terrorist militia. The announcement has once again brought into focus the issue of political and media-targeted assassinations carried out by militia-linked cells seeking to undermine security and stability in Yemen's liberated areas. According to security authorities, these cells are not formed randomly. Instead, they operate through a structured clandestine network that begins with recruitment and indoctrination, followed by training in surveillance, intelligence gathering, and target monitoring before carrying out assassinations or bombings. Their operations also include efforts to conceal evidence and sever any traceable links to those directing the attacks. These networks rely on covert communication and financing channels, while operating through compartmentalized cell structures designed to minimize the risk of detection. Security officials stressed that the successful identification of those behind the assassination resulted from close intelligence and security coordination, supported by forensic evidence and field intelligence. These efforts enabled authorities to track down and apprehend several suspects as part of an ongoing campaign to combat terrorism and dismantle covert militant networks. Over recent years, Yemen's security agencies have announced the foiling of dozens of terrorist plots and the arrest of multiple cells allegedly preparing assassinations, bombings, and attacks targeting military personnel, civilians, and media professionals across several governorates and cities. Officials say these cases demonstrate the continued use of targeted assassinations by the Houthi terrorist militia as a tactic to spread instability, create chaos, and destabilize the country's internal security landscape.
That was the news bulletin from SABA satellite channel from Marib. Thank you for watching and have a good time.